And that's a negotiation you're never going to win. So you need to take action on the words that come out of your mouth. So now if I say I'm going to do something, the first thing I do is I go open my Google Calendar and I give it a time slot. From 1 to 2, I'm going to do this.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
I mean, it's set up in the platform. So make sure when that you always have an stop loss, because the truth is anything can happen. It doesn't matter if the stock is going up all the time. It can be going up the whole year, and one day can have a big spike down. No one, because it depends on so many factors that some of you are in, they're in your control, some not, and again, also access to information is also I think a good part of have winning traders. So Anmol, the power of mentorship. I think that we find in this podcast a lot of entrepreneurs that they say, well, I don't need a mentor, I don't need a coach, I'll figure it out by myself. And after 2 years, they broke and they go out of business. Whether other people like you with 18 years old, I had to congratulate you, by the way. You, with 18 years old, you were very open to the idea that, especially when you're young, you think that you know everything and you can conquer the world. And you have a very open mindset that you say, okay, I'm going to have a mentor and I'm going to listen what he said. I'm going to, let me see, he's making money all the time. So why not? I want to learn. So what is your view in regarding the mindset where some entrepreneurs, they find a mentor and they progress, where others without a mentor, they lost. This is true story happening in this broadcast. I interviewed someone in this broadcast that has over 40 exits, over $1 million each. Yeah. And he was talking to me. I said, Harry, and guess what? Now I'm in the property business. I didn't have any clue about property, but now I'm in the property business. I said, now you're in the property business? Yeah, I bought a lot of property in Colorado. And I said, he told me, but I've been in this business 2 years ago, but now I own a large portfolio. Amazing, this property thing. And I asked the guy, look, but how you did it? And he said, Harry, easy. I find a mentor in Colorado. I pay him a lot of money. He showed me everything about the property business in Colorado, and that's it. After 2 years, I bought a lot of property, and this is what I'm doing. So imagine, is someone that has 40 exits, over $1 million in these different type of products and businesses, we can agree that someone that have a very good understanding about how to grow business and how to make money. Yet, if he wanted to be in the property business and he knows that he doesn't know anything about it, and what he does, he find a mentor to teach him. And of course, now you teach that guy with that skills, the blueprint, how to make money doing this, and probably now his portfolio can be even bigger than his own mentor. So the point of the story, Anmol, is successful people find mentors and find coaches. But the biggest problem that we have seen out there is that people go to the social media, find someone with a Ferrari, with a Lamborghini, and say, oh, this is going to be my mentor. And they hire a mentor that they pay usually a lot of money, and sometimes they don't get enough value. And then they say mentorship doesn't work. So what is your criteria? What do you think, what a good mentor and a good coach is? And what tips do you have for entrepreneurs out there when they're looking for a good mentor or a good coach, even if it's trading or to grow your business? So what is your view on this? And you are your own example, because when you were young, you find your mentor. Probably maybe it was not the first one. Probably the few people that you saw on the internet, you paid them a lot of money, you didn't get anything, but then finally you find a good mentor. So it's again a skill. Finding the right mentor is a skill as well. You need to learn how to find a good one. So what's your point of view on all this?
I think a lot of people try to say, okay, I'll figure it out myself, right? Trial and error. I'll figure it out. I don't want to pay all the money. I'll figure it out. That's the wrong thing to do, especially in this day and age, because
Well,
all the information available is like available online.
for
So
you
that,
have 15 years. So somebody will
yeah,
need to spend 15 years trying an error to know what you know, right?
exactly. So when you
I'd
do
rather
it
save
better,
15 years a lot of time,
you're
right?
yeah, because time is more valuable than money. Because right, money, fine. If I lose money, if I make a bad investment, I have time to make it back. But if you lose your time, then you're wasting a lot of money as well. Because time is money in the end, and you're not going to be able to get time back. You can spend all the money in the world, you're not going to get time back. So when you do a trial and error, you're probably making the same mistakes that somebody's already made before. So it doesn't make any sense to try to like waste your time trying to figure it out where somebody's out there who's already figured it out, and all you have to do is now you're basically buying time. Because let's say if it took you 4 years to figure it out yourself, but if you could have paid somebody and learned it in year one, now you just bought 3 years of your time back. I think that's really important, number one, right? Number two, again, why make the mistake yourself when somebody's already made it? Save you all the time and headache and the trouble. And now, third thing is like Napoleon Hill talks about in his book that every successful person, Think and Grow Rich, you need to have a board of advisors. You need to have a council of men. You need to have a mastermind group. Everybody says, I've read Think and Grow Rich, very nice book. I'm like, but where's your mastermind group? Where's your board of advisors? Who are you talking to every single day? And they say, oh, I don't have that. I'm like, so you didn't read the book, right? Because you read the book and you didn't do anything, so you didn't read it. So you need a mentor. Now, the criteria to finding a good mentor is number one, do they already have the results that you want? That's number one, right? Not the Ferrari, not the car, not what they're showing you, but the thing you're paying them for, do they have that result? Number one. Number two, would you trade places with them? That's a really important question, right? Because if you're not trying to be like somebody else, why would you pay them, right? So are you willing to exchange places with them? Third, how transparent and open and honest are they with you? If all they're talking about is all the good stuff, all the money you can make, that's a sales tactic, right? Can they talk to you about the struggles? What is going wrong? You know what? I lost money on that trade. I lost money on that investment. That transparency is a whole lot more important than anything else, right? And then the other thing, apart from transparency, apart from the results, is can they show you what they're doing in real time? Do they have a track record? If their only track record is making money through getting coaches or mentors or all of that, then that's not the skill, right? Can they prove that what you're paying them for, they've done it and demonstrated it? Because online, especially if you find like a business coach or marketing coach, the way they've made money is through the business coaching and marketing coaching, but they haven't actually built a business. They haven't actually built a company. Same thing with trading. You go online on YouTube, there's thousands of people telling courses and discords and all this trading. A lot of people. Yeah, since 2020 especially, it's like tripled because I started this in 2010 and we were maybe like five or six companies that were teaching trading at that time. Now there's everybody's a trader, right? They're really good at making videos. They really make good at making content, but can you see their track record, right? When in my community, every single trade I've called over the last like 6, 7 years is all tracked in a spreadsheet. You can take a look at the last 6 years of track record. So I think track record is really important. And the other thing about finding a mentor is, do you actually like them? Right? Because if you don't respect a person, if you don't like a person, even though they might be teaching the best thing in the world, if you not like or trust them, you're not going to, take anything that they say. So you have to respect a mentor enough that if they tell you to do something and you don't, you kind of feel disappointed. Oh, I let my mentor down. You need to have that feeling because with me, it was a much older guy than me who taught me how to trade. So every time he would tell me to do something, and if I made a mistake, I would feel bad. Like, oh, he's gonna feel bad about it. I didn't listen to him. So you need to have the respect for that mentor too. I think
agree.
that's important. You have to be a good student first before you can become a good leader. Really, really important. So I think some of the things to keep in mind when you're looking for a mentor and look past the flashiness and look at the real value that they're delivering. And then the last thing I would say is, do they have other people that they've coached that have become successful now? What are the examples, right? Like testimonials. Who other people can vouch for them? That's really important. Because if you look at some mentors community and all the people in the community are brand new, it makes you think, where's all the people, if you've been coaching for 5, 10 years, where are they now? Right? You got to look at that too. In my community, people have been with me since 2015. It's 10 years now. They signed up in 2015 and they're like, they're still there. You go back in our community, you'll find people since 2010, 2015 still hanging around. So they're there for a reason, right? But if all you see is new people coming and going, then that's a red flag to look out for.
Hmm. And then, Anmol, if someone is in love with our conversation, how people can find you, how this process works?
The best ways, I would love to give your listeners a free copy of my book. They can go to go.unmol.net. So go.myname.net, and they can get a free copy of my book. And then if they want to get in touch with me, Instagram and Twitter are kind of the places where I'm the most active. And my username on both of those channels is Delta90, DELTA99ETY. It's all spelled out. I had the username when I was 18 years old or something. I never changed it. So now we're with that username. But yeah, my website is unmol.net, and then the trading company is livetraders.com.
So tell us, what is your favorite chapter of your book, and why do you wrote this book in the first place?
So I wrote this book originally for myself, right? As notes to myself on things that I need to do in my own life to become successful. At this point, talking about mentors, I've spent at this point probably more than $500,000 or $1 million hiring coaches, mentors, or even donating to like charities for billionaires just so I can have lunch with them or dinner with them. Like I've done a lot. And then I actually went out and applied it, and I achieved level of success that I never even thought about. Right. So that's when I took it into a book format. I said, okay, wow, if I can do this with my own life, it could help a lot of people. So the book has nothing to do with trading, investing. It's all mindset, personal development, the things that I've learned by hiring all these coaches and mentors, and that can help a lot of people too. The favorite chapter is in integrity, meaning do what you said you're going to do, and then do it when you said you're going to do it. Do it whether you feel like it or not, but do it because it's the right thing to do. So a lot of times, I mean, you like me know people who in 2020 said, oh, I want to start my own business. I want to start this side hustle. Maybe I want to start this podcast, but I just don't have the time. I have I have a job or whatever it is. And in 2020, they were locked down. They had all the time in the world to start their business or start their side thing, but they still never did it. So there was a disconnect between what they said they were going to do and what they actually did, right? You have to bridge the gap between your words and your actions. And that's what integrity really is. And same way with trading, people are like, yeah, if a stock goes down there, I'll get out. And then they never get out. So they said they're going to do something and then they didn't do it, right? So that gap needs to be bridged. You need to honor your word. Whatever you say, make sure you really mean it. And when you said it, make sure you really do it, right? And don't apologize for it. A lot of people say, oh, sorry, I said I'm going to do this by Monday. I didn't. Oh, sorry about that. Don't say sorry, because you're going to do it again. So what are you putting in place to ensure that next time this doesn't happen again, right? So from my own life, health and working out was a big challenge. I was traveling all over the world. I wasn't really working out. I wasn't really eating healthy. And I said to myself, oh, I'm going to work out tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, but it's Friday. So you're like, well, I'll just do it from Monday, right? And then Monday comes, but Monday is the 28th of the month. Well, you're like, oh, I'll just start from the 1st. And the 1st is like November 1st. So you're like, well, I'll just start from New Year's. So we keep pushing the goal post forward on our own goals. We're negotiating with ourselves. And that's a negotiation you're never going to win. So you need to take action on the words that come out of your mouth. So now if I say I'm going to do something, the first thing I do is I open my Google Calendar and I give it a time slot. From 1 to 2, I'm going to do this. So that way, everything I say, I'm going to do. Otherwise, I'm not going to even say it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anmol. And for all of you following the broadcast, you know what next episode of Unstoppable, how brave entrepreneurs like Anmol break that wall and achieve the first billion. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.